Previously on Revelations 2. Someone left a message.
Welcome to the Kierling, where all things come to an end.
I not know this thing you are speaking.
I'm just learning to see a little more clearly.
I did what I thought was right.
We'll know each other inside and out.
You killed her.
I'm sorry, I was just a bad daughter.
The old sack is gonna pay for what
I'll crush you with my bare hands.
You're perfect. Six months from now, you're going to awaken as me. And the world is going to be very afraid. So good night, my darling. Sleep well. All this time wasted. My whole life has been a prelude to this. My true birth.
Time to meet the cause of our misery.
What is this place?
Doesn't matter. Let's find the Overseer.
Yes, let's. Hey there. Welcome back to Revelations 2. Today we're gonna finish this. I mean, this half of the story. It's time to find the Overseer and get some answers as to what's going on in Dubai. I mean, the island. Anyway.
Look at the video feeds. We've been through most of these areas.
And she's been watching our every step.
I mean, that's kind of a given that she was able to operate doors and gates and shit on the way, but you know what? Whatever. Let's not worry about why that's not obvious information. Let's just pull this random fucking lever, why not?
That sluice changed the direction of the water.
Yeah, but where? I don't recognize the place.
I don't recognize the place either, so let's just leave that alone and not mess with the time stream anymore. This is a very Wesker-esque place. I really like the Overseer's Tower because the geometry of it is very weird. Like, what? This is a very odd art style to structure your house. Like, I know she's like weird and eccentric and fucked up in the head, but there are 4 fish tanks in this room. Is that really necessary?
What do you make of it?
I don't know. I just can't figure the Overseer out.
But, Claire, you were there when that was relevant information. Oh, never mind. I I'm really confused as to why... Oh, another journal, damn it. Well, I suppose that's good of Wesker to not want to become like Gregor and become useless to the world. But also, I don't think Gregor Samsa wanted to conquer the world with zombies, so I don't know if that's really applicable here.
How are we gonna get through? There's gotta be some way to reach the other side.
That's true. It wouldn't be a video game if there wasn't. Hey, let's break this random fucking fish tank. If you hang around for long enough, one of them will mention the fish tank and how it looks like there's something behind there. But, you actually have to break the fish tank and kill the fish in order to move it, because it's too heavy otherwise. Which is mean, that's really mean. And it also means that apparently Wesker is super buff, because she's able to do that by herself. Well, it's time to meet the queen.
We meet at last.
You came all this way just to say goodbye? Oh, I'm touched. It's already done. I've conquered fear and earned the right to become a god.
Come out from behind that glass so I can choke a god.
All that remains is one final test. One last threshold to cross.
Is she even listening to us?
My brother's escape was death. And soon, it will be mine as well. I will share in his fate, and then I will surpass him.
What are you trying to do?
Escape.
Just like that.
Welp. Uh-oh.
Warning. Confidentiality protocol initiated. Self-destruct sequence of the facility's upper spire will begin immediately. If you are currently situated in an affected area, please remain calm.
We need to get out of here.
Good idea.
Let all the answers die. Back to the elevator. Hurry!
Oh, you cut yourself off there.
Not sharing a copter with that nut job.
So, she wouldn't be a Wesker if she didn't have a magical self-destruct sequence that could explode everything at a moment's notice. So, now we only have a scant few minutes to escape the tower. I'm sure this will go very well for our heroines. Also, the geometry is all kinds of fucked up now. I don't... You know, it, again, wouldn't be a Wesker if it wasn't, you know, a stronghold full of randomly exploding things. Oh, the elevator's still there. Good. Never mind.
Holy fuck! There's a passage down below. Find another route.
We gotta root those enemies, man. They're not gonna root themselves. Route. Fuck it. Root and toot and rodeo. So apparently there was a staircase the whole time. I didn't know that. I didn't see it on the way up, but okay. Yeah, that's fine. Why not? By the way, if you have the inclination that Claire's half of this episode feels a bit rushed, you're right. It is rushed. It's incredibly rushed. This is the shortest episode in the game, just because it's not really... I mean, really, what else is there to expand upon at this point, I guess? You know, all Claire and Moira really had to do is meet the Overseer and fail to rescue Natalia. And now the story is properly set up for Barry's campaign, in addition to the whole Little Miss DLC thing, which I'm sure you enjoyed very much. However, we still have time for military boxes. And hey look, it's the Magnum ammo case for Claire. What do you know? The game never ever gives you Magnum ammo though, so I don't know why you would be able to use it. You know, I think there's only one way that this could possibly get worse.
You're right.
Uh-oh.
I can't see it, but there's something in here with us.
That's right. Claire's campaign has Glasps now. Whoops. So, the final challenge of Claire's campaign, surprisingly, is not a boss fight. The final challenge is that we have to navigate a minefield of Glasps. And they are all over the place in this area, which is a giant pain because we have to use up all our bottles. Thankfully, though, whenever you're about to fight Glasps in this area, the game gives you a couple bottles just because, you know, they're nice like that. Whoops. Well.
Are you kidding? Nice fucking emergency exit! Well, I made it this far!
I love the,
Let her win!
Thank you. I love the ironic computer. The ironic, like, emotionally unaware, like, computer system is probably my favorite part of Resident Evil and its platitudes of exploding architecture. There is a medal in this chapter for shooting all of the birds. I think this is the only chapter in the game that has that as a medal, but there's a medal for shooting 5 indigenous animals, which includes rats, birds, and I think cockroaches. Which is kind of silly because you're on a time limit. But I guess you're not supposed to go for all of the medals at once. There's also a medal for killing a Glasp with a knife, which is fucking crazy because A, Glasps take more than one hit from the knife to die, and B, they can kill you in one hit, and C, they're fucking invisible. This game hates you, the player. It hates you. I have talked in a thread about this game's forced replayability, and man, it's terrible.
I swear to God, I'm gonna survive the fuck out of this!
An admirable goal, to say the least. So if you look around here at the horizon, you can get a good look of how big the island is. It's a pretty big place. Lots of Eastern Bloc style apartments. If you look way off in the distance right about here, you can see the radio tower from the first episode. Look, see, it's way over there on the horizon. We have come quite a ways. And I think we're at the side of the tower facing right now, facing the entrance where Claire and Moira tried to go in, and where Barry went in episode 2? I want to say 2.
Hang tight! I'll figure something out!
Time for more co-op puzzles. Although this is not technically a puzzle, really. It's just a matter of cooperation. So, you know, you can time it right. But it is kind of cool that they allow both players to have a part in escaping from the tower. Because Moira obviously has no way to fight the Glasps, so Claire has to take care of that. Which means that it is Moira's job to make sure there's a way across. Which, that makes sense, you know. I'm down for that. Also, sometimes AI Moira gets hung up on the geometry here.
Wait. Follow me.
It was just showing off there that you can... Uh-oh.
Then race it to the bottom!
Fuck what I was saying. We gotta get out of here. I will say that it's a little bit annoying that the game tells you to make a run for it and then immediately stops you by having like falling shit that makes you flinch. It's kind of annoying. Also, you're forced to take fall damage there, so if you've taken fall damage in the past in this level and you're not at full health, you will probably die. Which is kind of a funny way to die. You can see though that the time limit is actually pretty strict. And look, they even put glasps in your path here. I guess as far as final challenges go, this is a pretty good one to end on. Because, you know, the boss fights are all bullet sponge nonsense in this game. Still fun, it's just bullet sponge in a game where they don't give you many bullets.
You're gonna make it!
I don't know if I like the phrasing on that.
Where? Moira! No! Don't you fucking dare! Moira! Oh, God! I'm getting you out of there! Go! Clear! Save yourself! Don't look back. God help me.
So, that's it. What a bummer. Claire's half of the story has officially concluded. We're gonna be playing as Barry from here on out. And hey, look, I got all the boxes. that's a consolence for Moira's untimely demise. I'll see you next time when we check up on Barry, see how he's doing.